Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Friends, before going into the details of the war, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Please support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are a strong community. Missile strikes hit residential building, local infrastructure in southeastern Ukraine. Local officials report strikes in Zaporizhzhia region, following earlier attacks on industrial infrastructure in Kyivsky district of Kharkiv. Missiles hit the southeastern region of Zaporizhzhia in Ukraine on Friday, following an earlier wave of strikes in northeastern Kharkiv that injured 9 people, local authorities said. Russia attacked the city with S-300 missiles. A residential building and infrastructure facilities were destroyed, Zaporizhzhia Governor Alexander Starych said on Telegram. No deaths were reported as a result of the attacks, though Starych said there were 3 wounded, adding that the data yet to be verified. Starych also said that the gas system of a residential high-rise building had been damaged, resulting in a fire and the destruction of a wall. Indicating that emergency services were already on the ground, he added that the Russian forces had targeted a school in one of Zaporizhzhia's districts, resulting in damage to the building. There were also hits on infrastructure facilities and open areas, he noted. 2 separate attacks had shook the Kharkiv region earlier in the day, local authorities had said. 3 people were injured as a result of the second attack by the Russians in the Kyivsky district, Kharkiv Governor Oleh Syniehubov said on Telegram. During the first attack, missiles were reported to have struck other parts of the region, resulting in the injury of 6 people. Iran tells citizens to leave Ukraine due to military escalation. Russia fails to take out Ukrainian power during a barrage of strikes. Tehran. Iran is urging its citizens to leave Ukraine as quickly as possible due to the military escalation in the nearly 8-month-old war, Iranian state media reported on Friday, citing the foreign ministry. U.S. intelligence reports that Russia is using Iranian combat drones to attack civilian infrastructure sites, including power stations, with support from Iranian forces on the ground. Tehran denies supplying Russia with the unmanned Shahed 136 kamikaze drones, which detonate on impact. Ukrainian armed forces appeal to people of Belarus. Kremlin wall is not eternal. Armed forces of Ukraine appeal to Belarusians not to fight against Ukraine. Source. Video appeal by the Armed Forces of Ukraine in Russian, on Facebook. Details. The Ukrainian armed forces emphasize that Ukraine has never threatened Belarus and since the 24th of February has never responded to attacks or invasion of its land from the territory of Belarus. The Ukrainian military urged the citizens of Belarus not to follow the leadership's orders to enter the war against Ukraine and not to share responsibility for war crimes with Russia. Ukraine also asks those who may cross the Ukrainian border with weapons in their hands to surrender. In that case, nothing will threaten them. Quote, "If the Belarusian army supports Russian aggression, we will respond. We will respond as fiercely as we respond to all occupiers on the territory of Ukraine. We urge you not to bury your sons, husbands, fathers or brothers, who may die because of Putin's and Lukashenko's ambitions and fear of losing their power. Dictators fade into oblivion. War criminals end up on the dock one way or another. The walls are falling, and the Kremlin's walls are not eternal, either. Empires fall, but people stay, ordinary people who may be friends as well as enemies." Background. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine believes that the threat of a new attack from the territory of Belarus is growing, but the area of the offensive may move to the west of the Belarusian-Ukrainian border. Zelensky meets with U.S. congressmen, calls to provide Ukraine with necessary number of air defense systems. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky, during a meeting with members of the U.S. Congress on Friday, stressed the importance of providing Ukraine with air defense systems in order to create an air shield for the country's critical infrastructure, the press service of the president said. Zelensky met with members of the U.S. Congress Mike Turner, Jim Himes and Eric Swalwell. The head of state said that the visit by the congressman to Ukraine is especially important today, when Russia has toughened its terror against peaceful Ukrainian cities and the civilian infrastructure and attacks them by missiles and Iranian-made drones. He praised the support of the Congress, the U.S. President, his administration and all American people. At the same time, the head of state urged to increase aid in order to bring peace closer. Volodymyr Zelensky especially stressed the importance of providing our country with the necessary number of air defense systems to create an air shield over it and protect the civilian population and critical infrastructure, the press service said. The parties agreed that nuclear blackmail by the Russian leadership is unacceptable. They also exchanged opinions about the strengthening of sanctions pressure on the aggressor country, which is of particular importance in view of the terrorist attacks committed by Russia in recent weeks on the civilian population and civilian objects in Ukraine. The Ukrainian president also noted the importance of proper preparation of Ukraine for the winter season and the need for prompt restoration of the destroyed energy infrastructure. Ukrainian armed forces improving in downing of Iranian-made drones. Now defenders destroy 85% of the UAVs. Ukrainian military constantly improving their skills and ability to withstand the threat of Iranian-made kamikaze drones that Russia's terrorists are actively using to destroy civilian infrastructure. Ukraine. Yuri Ignat, spokesperson for the Air Force Command of Ukraine's armed forces, stated at a briefing at the Media Center Ukraine on Friday, October 21, that the Ukrainian forces shot down 85% of the Iranian-made drones involved in attacks in the past 2 weeks, Ukrinform reports. If we consider 2 weeks of intensive operation of our combat forces and means against drones and the effectiveness of their downing, then we have a figure of 85% today, especially if we are talking about Shahed 136 drones, spokesperson for the Air Force Command of Ukraine's armed forces said. In addition, Yuri Ignat noted that Western air defense systems of various types and classes, which Ukraine expects to receive soon, would also be effective in shooting down Iranian drones. He also added that since the first time of deployment of Iranian-made drones against Ukraine on September 13, the military has gained more knowledge about how to more effectively detect and destroy them. Russia has escalated attacks on Ukrainian energy facilities and cities over the past 11 days using missiles and, according to Kyiv, Iranian-made Shahed 136 attack drones, reports Reuters. Tehran denies supplying such drones to Moscow and the Kremlin denies deploying Iranian drones on Ukraine. Lawmakers could rush through $50 billion in aid for Ukraine before a possible GOP-led Congress can block it. Report says lawmakers from both parties are considering plans to rush through a $50 billion aid package for Ukraine before a possible GOP-led Congress can block it, NBC News reported on Thursday. A Republican senator and congressional aides told NBC News that lawmakers are in a hurry because they are concerned the package would not pass should the GOP takes back the House in the November midterm elections. The new Congress begins in January, giving a small window to act before outgoing lawmakers leave office. NBC did not say how many lawmakers supported the plans, beyond reporting that both Democrats and Republicans were involved. It said the group hoped to use a looming government funding bill due as a vehicle for the deal, citing congressional aides. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.